um, I think what men want, like we want a solid partner, but
Yeah.
how do you go through that discernment and juggle that while also trying to figure out and make sure that you got the right friends around you, the right family members? Now you got to do it with your partner.
Yeah.
Like how are you going through that, or is that even a focus?
At this point in my life, it's not. I think a lot of things with me happened early and opened my eyes. Like even with my journey in entrepreneurship,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna get back to your original question, but my journey in entrepreneurship came from having career jobs early and kind of seeing behind the curtain and seeing like this might not be what's it for me. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that. I worked for NBA TV. They had layoffs because it was a lockout at the time.
So you're already seeing your
Yeah,
job
so
is
I'm
dependent on
I'm
other
saying
people.
like this whole idea of security and like in your job and your career is really not there either.
Yeah.
And so when I realized like you're still taking a risk regardless, that changed my mindset. And the same thing with relationships. Like back to your question, I feel like I was in relationships back to back. Like I really wasn't single as a younger. Like really, I wasn't single my whole 20s. I really just became single, 29 going into 30.
Wow.
That was my first time being single for like I've been single since then.
Yeah.
And in hindsight now I look back and realize it benefited me in a lot of ways, but it also stunted my growth in a lot of ways because I didn't develop individually like I should have. So it's like I was always taking care of people and like not saying I was just taking care of them, but I was always had, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody that I had to be there for, be the man for, like show the way, be a leader and all that stuff. And that develops that part of me. But at the same time, I realized like I was missing out on some individual development that I needed. And in these last couple of years, I've done that. And I'm getting kind of addicted to that. So yeah, the focus ain't really on a relationship right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait till I get where I'm going, and then I'll focus back in on that.
Well, I guess that segues into where we can take it then, and that is where you're going. So you have, last I heard, you had at least like 10 different things you were doing, but right now, so it no longer cars. Now look on Instagram yesterday, and you're like, yo, the Airbnb shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
so
that's too much in Atlanta right now.
Yeah. So basically, right now, I mean, I got my real estate license in 2016. I was going crazy with that for a minute. It definitely was like motivational to do something new. And my passion's always been a cross between psychology and selling. So marketing and stuff is right in that vein as far as like consumer behavior and stuff, like just understanding why people buy understand what they buy, how to get them to buy, all that stuff. So that's always fascinated me. So real estate kind of scratched that itch. And I was doing that. And obviously I told myself the reason why I ended up getting in real estate and that car business at the time is because I'm like, if I'm going to sell things, what's the two largest purchases that people make on average? A house and a car. So I was like, well, let's sell the highest things they buy. So I just logically, that was like, all right, let's do that. And I'll go get my licenses. And that's what I did.
And during that time, while you're also doing that, this is valet, or you're at the hotel?
So yeah, basically what happened was I started doing, valet was a gold mine for any young dudes out there. I need to let them know. I don't know if it's still as sweet as it was.
Oh no, I definitely. I worked at a hotel, hotels in general. If you moving into a new state or a new city, tap into the hotel. You're gonna get free food.
Everything.
And all the money coming to you.
All the time. Like there's tip jobs when you coming up, and it's usually like as a waiter. Got you. But yeah, I was gonna say it's tip jobs coming up, and most people pick that like waiting on tables and stuff. But for me, I always look at things like and pay attention to the structure of it and what's feasible for me. And I'm like, do I really want to be waiting on tables and talking to people for 40 minutes to an hour and then find out they're not tipping me right? With valet, it was like, yo, I pull your car around, talk to you for 2 seconds, you give me your money, you gone. Like, we just get money, keep going. It's like, it's better. I ain't wasting that much time. So even if you don't tip me, it ain't no problem. I only dealt with you for 3 minutes. So it's all good. And so seeing that logic, I was like, all right, cool. I got on the valet job in college, And I realized it was just making me a lot of money. Like I was promoting for clubs and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
getting my taste of like having a business structure. And we was in charge. Me and my boys was in charge of like doing the 18 and up parties for our promotion team.
So that's kind of like the entrepreneurial
Yeah, you start
itch
feeling
being
like a boss
scratched,
and
yeah.
understanding how to like hire staff and have people promoting for you. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
running a business
Yeah.
on a scale. So that was scratching that itch for me. And
Mhm.
then like on the weekends, I would work at like Four Seasons back then. I was at Four Seasons, which is one of the like
Top
premier
hotel,
hotels.
yeah.
I always, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
So I went there and it's like I'm making 150, 200 every time I go to work. So it's like,
Damn,
yeah, it's money. To be in college, like I'm not eating ramen noodles like everybody else. I got some money now.
Yeah.
So
And you get your money on the side from promoting and
you
doing
still-
all that shit and
yeah.
building connections
literally
in both lanes.
In both lanes. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's another thing. I would say that the valet at those premier spots, because I did Four Seasons, I eventually went over to St. Regis and was like a doorman and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But those things opened my eyes a lot because one, it showed me like the level of life people are living. Like, you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
started to see
Yeah.
what real money
For
looked
real.
like, how it moved.
Not on social media.
Yeah, the residents that was living there, I was like, oh, we thinking these dudes in the club and stuff got money. Like these
Yeah.
dudes living in $5-4 million like penthouses.
For months.
Yeah, on top of a hotel.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they coming down and they got
Yeah.
people on hand and foot doing things for them.
Yeah.
Like they living a different life.
I was in Miami. I'm seeing them rent out. They're like, my house is getting
Uh-huh.
renovated or whatever. Some shit
Yeah.
is getting redone. We staying here for 2-3 months, and we talking over $500 a night.
Yeah.
For these hotels.
Easy. I met a lot of people. I still talk to a lot of people. And one thing I would say is that always kind of reaffirmed my journey. I made a lot of like rich friends. Like, and when I say like they took a liking to me, like they saw something in me that reminded me of them. Like, it's a whole bunch of us young dudes out there, but they would always come down, talk to me.
Yeah.
Christmas, I'm getting $1,000 like envelopes from people. Like
Yeah.
they just, you know what I mean? They really
Yeah.
vibe with me. And I'm like, that's letting me know that they must see me on
On
that
the
path.
mission.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel that way, they feel that way,
Yeah.
everything. I used to get invited to like games. They would give me their courtside seats if they not going,
Damn.
all that. I'm like 23 years old sitting courtside. People don't even know how I'm sitting there. It's
And
because
this-
some
I mean,
millionaire gave them
This
to
is
me.
before the social media shit was popping off.
Yeah.
So you had definitely a lot of content you could have been
Mm-hmm.
capturing around that time. you
Yeah,
know?
I didn't
So,
understand the importance of social media back then. I wish
Yeah.
I did because I
Yeah,
was
me
going
too.
crazy.
Me too. And the YouTube shit, I would have been doing this a long time ago.
Yeah.
So okay. Yeah. What's your mental like at that point? Like, are you in a relationship or
Yeah,
you're in
I
a
was
relationship, so you're juggling a relationship?
And that helped me. It actually helped me at that time. Helped me focus because I am like a very like I got a energy about me that I attract people when I talk to them, and you know what I mean. Like I can be a people person, even though I wouldn't call myself that,
People
but I'm
person, yeah.
very good at it. And so
It's utilitarian at that point.
yeah, and I think if I was single at that time, I might have been doing too much and been distracted. I feel like being in a relationship kept me focused.
Yeah.
So it was a minor like burden at some
Yeah.
points in my life
Yeah.
because I was trying to like play house too much. Like I had my girl was living with me, all this other stuff. But at the same time, it was also very good for me to like focus because if I got my girlfriend, I'm not out here
Doing all kinds
chasing,
of other shit.
You know what I mean? So now I can really focus on the mission.
Mm.
So I ain't gonna say it was all bad. It definitely served a purpose in my life.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
mean, most millionaires, billionaires, they start out that way.
Yeah.
They start out married, they doing shit together.
Yeah.
You're not really looking for other shit when you're outside. You just move different. You can definitely be a lot more focused when you have somebody there solid with you. So, okay. And then your mental is pretty good at this point. Or like is it a struggle? You're juggling work, entrepreneurship, and that's still growing. Then you got the relationship. We ain't even talked about like family, all that shit that's going on there. Loss of family or, other
Yeah.
shit that's just
Uh,
in and out.
mental's pretty
Mentally,
strong.
You're pretty good there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was growing up. I was probably more one dimensional. Though. I've always been a super hustler. Like
Mm.
I'm always trying to get some money to the point where I think my life is out of balance. If you've been seeing my posts recently, like I've just had like an awakening
Yeah.
where I've realized like there's more to life. Like, I always knew there was more to life, but I
Yeah.
still was moving in a way where it's you know
Fuck
what I mean.
everything
I'm
else.
Mr. Krabs out here.
Yeah.
It's money, 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 money. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I was
Yeah.
going crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I felt like I started realizing like chasing money is not as important, or at least I need to know why I'm chasing it, because I feel like I was just chasing it to be chasing it.
Yeah.
And
what was
that was the only problem, I think, if I look at my mental then
Mm-hmm.
to now. I feel like I've grown in that aspect.
What was the catalyst for the awakening? Like, what do you think was the thing that kind of, like, damn, okay, there's really more to this shit? I would say traveling. Like,
Yeah.
I noticed that you were
It's crazy.
traveling
It would
a
look
lot
like
more.
traveling.
Yeah.
Traveling propelled it, but what really it's crazy, in 2020, I got a stomach bug. I got like a bad stomach bug. I was in Puerto Rico, and I believe it was from Puerto Rico, like where it happened, because everything was fine up until Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But we was in Puerto Rico, and the homie Will, all us was out there having fun. My boy Barlow, we had some friends come meet us out there. We was having fun, and so I went swimming in the river. We all went swimming in this river, and this is me not knowing that swimming in rivers are not, you know what I mean, like still water, like all these plants and wildlife. It's a lot of living organisms in water, and this ain't the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So swimming in the river, just living life, trying to be, you know what I mean, just free. And so having fun. I think I just ended my last relationship around that time, so we just living. We drinking, we smoking, we just having a vibe. And everybody kind of had stomach issues after that, but I guess my stomach was really weak because everybody bounced back in like 4 or 5 days, and I'm talking about weeks start going by, and I'm like, yo, I'm starting to have acid reflux. All types of weird stuff started happening.
Shit, okay.
Yo, for months, like 6-7 months straight, I'm talking about my stomach, like the line in my stomach, I guess, was deteriorating. They didn't even find out until 6-7 months, because I'm going to the doctor getting blood work, and my blood work's coming back right. So the doctor can't tell me what's going on, because they don't know. They look by my blood work like, yo, everything looks fine. So a part of me is like, I must be good, because they tell me I'm fine. So I go home, and it's like, I'm just changing my diet. It's all in my head. But I'm like, nah, bro, I feel crazy. I'm losing weight, all that. And I'm already slim, so it's like, I can't be losing weight. End up doing research on my own, going back, trying to like work with my doctor and tell them how I'm feeling, the research I'm seeing. We end up doing another test. It was a bug in my stomach called H. pylori. It's it's like a bacteria that usually affects people's stomachs and stuff. When you travel, like when they be telling you don't be drinking water. Like
and
that's the stuff.
So the trip didn't even come up to your doctor. Like, you're not even thinking
like
that
I had
it's
to
from that.
backtrack and really like sit down, like how we talking. That's how I had to talk with my doctor and like work through this so we can start figuring out what it could be. And then we tested for that and found out that's what it was. And so I'm going for 6-7 months with a stomach bug that's, I guess, growing and getting worse. And with the H. pylori, like I was eating bad at the time. That's what changed my whole health journey stuff everything. Too. Yeah, now I eat really healthy. But what happened was, aesthetics. As being young, slim, it's like I want to gain weight, so I'm eating. I'm on meal plans. I'm eating like 5 meals a day. Like at one point, I had my alarm clock going off every couple hours, like 4 hours to eat. Because I'm like gaining weight. I'm bulking up, getting big.
I was doing the same shit.
Yeah, but I'm doing it. But imagine I'm feeding the bacteria while I'm doing that. So I'm eating bread, and and because I'm slim, I'm not thinking about my health. I'm thinking like I don't get fat, so I can eat whatever I want. But I'm like, I'm not really realizing that like I'm killing my stomach, especially the fact that it's already weakened. And so I was just making it real bad and deteriorating everything. And then when I found out what it was, they put me on antibiotics for like 2 weeks. It killed the stomach bacteria, and then your stomach has to build back. And so I'm like literally holistic pages and learning about everything. And now it's like, you know better, you do better. And it's like, man, my whole life has changed. But that is what, like, put me on this whole, like, I need to live life. Because I'm like, bro, I stacked up a lot of money. Like, when I tell you, like, I'm feeling good about myself up until that point, and I realized health is everything. Because, bro, I would have gave every dollar I ever had to feel, like, normal again. Like, I was feeling miserable. I was depressed.
Damn, and this was going on for months?
Months. Bro, I was down bad. And so once I started feeling back better, the first thing I did was like, I got to live life, bro. I've been sitting here stacking up. Like, I felt like I was going to die some days. Like, it was that bad.
Yeah, it sounded like the shit was...
Yeah, and it's like a hopeless feeling. You going to the doctor, and the doctor can't figure it out either. So it's like, yo, I feel like the one thing that came out of it was, I'm like, well, I'm testing for everything. I'm testing for cancers and everything else. I'm telling them my family's histories of, like, who had cancer.
So you're also getting a catalog of your
And I cleared that out of my head. So now I know I'm nowhere near no cancer, because all that came back good. So it sucked at the time, because I'm like, all right, it's not cancer, but what the hell is it? But knowing all that now, it's like that got out there clear. It put my mind at ease. And once I figured out what it was just a mission on fixing it. And then that just was like showed me like, man, all the money in the world don't mean shit if you feel like you're going to die.
And all this shit could go away.
Yeah,
quick.
and literally. So I was like, bro, since then, it was everywhere. I'm going to Spain. I'm going to France.
Yeah,
I'm going to like Greece. I started
Yeah.
traveling. I was like, fucking London. We going everywhere.
Yeah. What did you from the traveling? Because if anybody know me, they know
Yeah.
traveling's like my thing. Like
Yeah.
that's where I find my because I like challenge, and I find a lot of challenges within traveling. Like if whether it's dealing with lines, dealing with a culture shock, or dealing with another culture that don't do shit the way that I do it.
Yeah.
That's how I deal with challenge and learning.
Yeah.
So what's your process to traveling? Like do you enjoy it for the learning aspect of just being in different cultures, or is it like
It's
I just
the
want to
learning
go
aspect.
and be at peace?
Like I said, man, my roots, I'm very fascinated with psychology, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like fascinated by it.
Yeah.
How people think, like just like, yo, I'm an avid chess player. Like everything. I love seeing how the mind works, like how other people think, like their thought processes, how they get to their conclusion. Like I even like to backtrack like their parents and their childhood and try to figure out why they are the way they are. You know what I mean? I analyze myself. I'm just that type of person. Like, and my brain moves fast. So I can meet somebody and I'm thinking like 30 things. I just be holding it down.
Yeah.
Like I can't even help it. But so traveling is just, it's crazy because I got all these relationships now, bro. Like when I tell you, if I go to Paris and you meet me out in Paris, you'll think I lived in Paris, bro. I got a network of like 20-something people. I'm running the streets with everybody, bro. All the creatives, everybody, like, yo, they gonna hear this interview and they gonna shout me out. These are my homies now, like everybody. I met them out there, partied with them for 2 weeks. We was doing Fashion Week and they took me to all their events.
No, I really looked like you was there. Like you looked like you were home at
like I grew up there.
Homecoming,
And it feel like that. Like literally
That's
right
fire.
now, my DM, she just invited me her birthday in January, one of the homies. Like I might fly out for her birthday and just be with them.
That's what that shit is about for me. You know, like just really making the connections and understanding that the way that you live life and the texture of your life and everything in it.
Yeah.
Somebody's world is completely different, and there are differences, but there are definitely parallels.
Yeah, I feel like it's just expanding the mind. You want to meet people. You want to influence people and rub off on them and shit. Sometimes you want them to rub off on you. Like their outlook on the world was different than mine. Like, yo, we chilling, smoking some nights, drinking, whatever, having like deep talks about life, their view of it from where they at. You know, everything's different for them. They got different media channels. The media and the news we hear is different from their news. The way they look at the world is different the way we look at it.
Yeah.
And having those discussions and just being up late and vibing with other people, it's like it opens your mind and shows you like this shit is a lot bigger than you think it is, man. A lot.
And the world is a lot smaller too. You know,
that
like
too.
When
it's like a conundrum, to be honest.
Yeah, like when I understood that the amount of time you sit in traffic in Atlanta, you could be on a plane to a whole other country within that same amount of time.
Bro.
Like from Miami to fucking Mexico is literally the same amount of time you sit in traffic in Atlanta.
To speak on it being smaller, everywhere I go, I run into somebody. Everywhere. When I was in
noticed
Paris,
that too.
I ran into my homie Shaq. He's shout out to him. His IG is Daily Gems. He does a lot of content creation. He actually just shot the video for West Side Gun. The homie.
Yeah.
I'm at a block party. I'm talking thousands of people. This is like during Fashion Week, like, and it's also during like their music festival. Like the first day of summer was like June 20-something when I was out there, and they have like it's like Mardi Gras or like some crazy, like the whole streets, they all take off work and there's music everywhere. Everybody's vibing. Like
I love that shit.
Yo,
I love cultures that do that, period.
I'm vibing. Tell me why somebody like, yo, Scoon. I hear like somebody say Scoon. I turn around, it's the homie. I went to Riverdale with him. He live in New York.
Wow.
Yo, he's out there doing content and like living his life, and we connected. And it's crazy. When we got back, he did content for Will when we went to New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We connected with him, and when he come down here, we connect with him again. But yo, I ran into him. I'm in Greece. I run into people from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing. I'm in the club with people I went to Georgia State with. Like the world is very small.
Yeah, which definitely speaks to the fact that you should treat everyone that you meet at least for the first time, like they somebody. Like you never know who the fuck you talking to.
I try to tell people one of the greatest like attributes of mine and characteristics I have is I think long term with everybody. Like even I tell people all the time, like the way I use social media, like I really plant seeds, and everybody know it because bro, I don't ignore no DMs.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Like I literally check my DMs in the morning, and my DMs get heavy because I'm active on my stories.
Yeah.
Like, I check them jumps like emails. Like,
Yeah.
I'll wake up in the morning and hit the unread tab, and everybody that I missed, I will literally spend 30 minutes and respond. People ask me for advice. I don't know them from a can of paint. I will literally sit there, and if I got time, yo, I want to start these Airbnbs. You got any advice for me, homie? I will, like, write a paragraph to a stranger.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
yo, that's also why when I do things, people support me and fuck with me because, you know what I mean? Those are the things, those are little things that, yo, there's people that really feel like we tight. And I mean, in a way, I guess we are.
Yeah.
Because I've helped people. I got homies that be like, yo, man, I really appreciate what you be doing, man. Or you know what I mean? Just, I take time on my day. Bro, and you don't know what they going to do.
Yeah.
You don't know what they going to do. That same person that you taking the time that you think is, like, not really on the path to success, that same person might be the guy that changes your life later.
That's a fact.
And I mean, I don't do it because of that, but I'm aware of that.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, even if they not that guy, it don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or a woman. Like, it doesn't matter. I still, that's the whole point,
just for the love.
bro.
I mean, like,
just
that's your,
people.
it's tithes and offering.
Yeah.
That's your give to the universe.
Yo, it's crazy because I don't know how long we going to be here, but we can go deep because I've been on another wavelength. And there's some things I've been thinking about.
Shit, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
so let's piece it together. So the bug got rid of that. And then, because recently this awakening kind of happened. And religion has played a part of that too? Or just spirituality in general has played a part of that?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. It's just paying attention. So I've become more aware, self-aware. Through the health journey, I've been paying attention what my body needs on a health aspect. But then that also starts to bleed over into a spiritual aspect because you start to pay attention what your body needs all the way around.
Yeah.
I just became aware, like, you know, like when I get in the car, I don't listen to music. I drive silent a lot. Like, you know what I mean? These are my meditation times. Like, when I'm in the shower, I'm thinking. I take long-ass showers. I go to the sauna. I don't watch TV when I'm in the sauna. I'm just sitting in that motherfucker just thinking. Yeah. So, like, when you sit with yourself, you start to really pay attention. And so it started from the health journey. It's like I'll eat things and try to feel if my body agrees with it or if it likes it so I can feel, like, what works for me instead of just trying to watch YouTube videos and figure out what they telling me to eat. It's like, yo, I can listen to my body and see how it performs. And so doing that, you just come real in tune. And then from there, I started to spiritually feel like, what do I need? And I started to feel like the whole chasing the money wasn't fulfilling. And one of the interviews I had with the homie Latif, at the end of it, some people bring it up a lot, but I speak on the fact that, like, my goal, and it's not even a goal, it's like, it's concrete. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. On my 40th birthday, I'm done. Like, I'm not working no more.
Yeah.
Everything's on autopilot.
Damn, that's my age too, so I feel you.
Yeah, it's like, at 40 years old,
yeah,
because I just feel like life is so much more than the material aspect of it. And it's like, I'm indulging that in my younger years, but the older you get, the closer you're supposed to get to God. You know what I'm saying? That's for everybody, really. Like, if you ever pay attention, the old folks are the one that go to the church the most religiously. You know what I mean? Like, the older you get, it's because physically you're getting closer to God. So spiritually, you should be getting closer to God. And I feel like, why wait too long? I want to still have some youth with me. So if I'm keeping my body healthy at 40, I want to retire. And I'm talking about I might be in temples with monks. I might do everything. You know what I mean? I might bounce around for 3-4 months each country and just learn things and be with the people.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I want to live. But
I fuck with that. I think I'm already kind of dead set on that too, to be honest. And I've been laying the foundation for that lifestyle for a minute. I think after 2020, actually, when I seen shit going left here, I just, the homie my mentor and best friend had a business he was building in Colombia. Hey, shit, I'll just come out there and kick it with you till this shit blow over. And
For real?
Going through that whole experience, not knowing shit, not knowing the culture, but him taking me and having like a one-on-one experience because he's there. He speaks fluent Spanish. He has a family there. He take me to city center.
Is he Spanish or he just?
Yeah, Puerto Rican and black.
Got you.
So he taking me to the city center, and we fucking negotiating on plates and, you know, wood and how he gonna build. He built an empty closet damn near, probably the size of this, into a restaurant.
For real?
He's like, yo, I've been wanting a restaurant for a long ass time.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, all right, well, where you want to do it at?
Yeah.
I'm in Colombia now. I'm gonna stay out here. Like, shit, I'll come with you.
That's dope.
Did it. And you know, I've been in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
Like, I think high school, I had like 3 jobs.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, high school, I was crazy. But I was in the restaurant industry, and he knew that, so he like, shit, you know how it's probably the best way to organize it? So just come out and help me.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, shit, bet. So having that experience and seeing how they live life and just knowing that I could pivot and I don't really have to do the shit that I was taught to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I want to.
You can make a profession out of anything you want, bro.
Yeah.
Anything you want. It's literally just planning and execution, bro.
Yeah. It's a fact.
Anything. And that's something I learned at that at like working in them hotels, talking to people. I met a dude, and I tell this story because this story changed my life. A dude was outside that hotel when I was working at Four Seasons. I was probably a sophomore in college, and he's rich. I could tell he was rich. How he was moving, everything, drivers coming up, all that. Yo, the dude started talking to me, asked me what I do, asked me my major and stuff, took a liking to me, and then he was like, basically saying like, you see the life, right? Like he was like, but guess what I do? He like, I'm over here thinking like some glamorous shit. He's like, everybody always thinking something glamorous or sexy. He was like, yo, I'm in the shit business. And I asked him, I was like, what you mean the shit business? He was like, I like manufacture and sell porta potties. Yo, he's rich as shit. Like, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? But like, and I'm talking big boy rich. And it's like, he broke it down to me and was telling me like, yo, all these concerts, all these construction sites, all these motherfuckers, they got to use the bathroom, bro. Yeah. All that's porta potties. He's like, and if you don't want to do porta potties, if you want to do concerts, he do the trailer bathrooms, all that. But yo, he built that up, and it's like an industry that's not oversaturated because nobody's thinking about shit like that. Everybody want to do something sexy.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be a designer. Everybody want to be this, and nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, somebody like him went to a lane that was empty, like the HOV, and he's flying past everybody.
Took that shit over.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting all the contracts, everything. Yeah. Literally took that shit over. Yeah, but nah. I'm like, yo, he's telling me, he's like, yo, they building a skyscraper. You know how long it take to build that? Like a year. He was like, yo, that's a year of renting and servicing porta potties for this building that they building. Like, yo, and that's nonstop. And imagine if he's like one of the main people in the space. He's getting booked all over the place.
Yeah. And then each time real estate goes up,
he said he knows the dude that he told me he got friends with the dude that does the fencing. So, like, when you ever see fences that's gating off a construction site or a concert venue or something like that outside, that's rent a 1-800 and rent a fence or something like that. That's a company that he knows the owner of that too, type shit. So
you just breaking bread with the whole squad.
I'm like, yo, and you realize like it's so many ways. That's why I was saying like whatever you want to do, it's a way to monetize. You just gotta sit there and do it. And honestly, those be the best ways because when you see all these people on the IG and stuff having courses and it's too saturated. Yeah, those are like. That's a rat race trying to figure out how to make money in that space because they're teaching people to do things in that space. Like, you need to go to the road less traveled if you're really trying to eat.
Yeah, and their money is made off of quantity. So, of course, you know that a lot of people are going to be there. Yeah. If their job is to attract people to it. So, that makes sense. Because I think my first, not even my first, cause like I said, I worked in a hotel in Miami, so I've definitely met a lot of millionaires. But one I knew, because my mom does business banking, or she used to for Wells Fargo. Mm-hmm. And her one of her biggest clients, multi-millionaire, he just replaces cell phone tower batteries, contract people out, send them up, and they just replace the batteries for all the cell phone towers. And that's how you make his millions. Very boring, very...
Nobody think about that. You don't hear about that on no...
Black man, too.
On no podcast. You know what I'm saying? Nobody telling you about those moves.
Yeah, no, and those are the people I want to talk to, like, just to see... You know, and pick their brain because I took AP psychology in high school, and that changed my life. Helped me become more introspective and like dissect myself a bit. And then at the same time, I'm doing IT and getting into computers, going through an internship, getting paid like $500 a month. This shit, but they give you room and board. They give you your own little studio apartment.
I tell people you got to get out there and do things and meet people because. Yo, ain't no telling. Yeah. Ain't no telling who gonna throw the oop in your life. You know what I'm saying? And the more people you meet, the more chances and the probability. It's just a probability game, man. It's exposure. It's meeting people. People take, especially, I feel like if you assess yourself and you know you're a likable person, and like everywhere you go, people like you, it's the same thing. That's the same like strategies we implement with music. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? I know we kind of all over the place, but I'm like, with music with Will, it's like, yo, we look at what people like most about you, and we test that on a small sample. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 100, 200, 300 people, or your followers or whatever. And then we understand that if we boost this with exposure, it's going to be the same outcome. So if literally we talk to 100 people and 30 people like your music, that means if we talk to 100,000 people, 30,000 people going to like your music. If we talk to a million people, 300, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's simple. It's just about exposure and scaling now. And so that's why like you assess yourself the same way you would do a business. It's like, yo, if everywhere I go, people think I'm funny, I'm charming, I'm charismatic, you know what I mean? All these things, it's like, all right, cool. If I do that in Atlanta, that means if I go to other cities, they're going to feel that way. If I go to other countries, they're going to feel that way. And so I'm going to just keep building. And it's like, yo, build on that. And these are just like any other skill, like you playing a sport. Yo, if you're nice with layups or you keep doing layups every day, you get nicer and nicer. If you're nice with that stuff and you keep doing it all the time, it's like you're
only
sharpening. Yeah. You're really sharpening these skills. Like, yo, I'm able to, like, I have random conversations at the grocery store with the cashier. I'm the type of person that'd be like, yo, how you doing today? And really start talking to them while they ringing up my stuff. It's
like
not
really trying to connect,
but it's also because I'm sharpening my skills. So when I get thrown in that lion's den and I got to talk to people, I'm not nervous or I'm not, because I do this every day. I talk every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this comes easy.
I think that's important for especially men to know when whether you're dating or just trying to, because it's hard for us to also create friendships and connect with one another.
Yeah.
And it really just start that simple. Like, just practice conversations, practice putting yourself in uncomfortable positions.
Full circle moment. That hotel, working at them hotels, that showed me, because, you know, coming from, you know what I'm saying, the hood and coming from areas where you don't really see people that's moving on that level, people get nervous. You know what I'm saying? You get stage fright talking to those type of people. Those conversations up there at them hotels and talking to those people, it's like, yo, these dudes ain't, you know what I'm saying? Not to shit on nobody, but I'm like, they ain't different than their, you know what I'm saying? They just had better opportunities. They might be a little more fine-tuned and smarter just because they situation exposure and what they had experienced. And
they had more time.
But they are regular people. Like, yo, bro, I met a billionaire before. Regular guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm seeing, like, he does certain things and he's very meticulous and strategic, but at his core, he's a regular guy, bro. And that just started to show me, like, why do people get nervous talking to these folks, bro? Everybody's normal, bro. His circumstances are different, but he's still a normal guy. And I like it took that fear away. I'm able to talk to anybody like they regular because I realize they are regular.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They just got irregular circumstances or situations, but they're still a regular person.
Yeah, that's a fact. The base of them and the actual foundation of them is just being human, man. That's all this shit is. And it all stitches together, because I did want to talk about moving forward at this point. What is happening with Will? What's happening with your business, Airbnb, houses? Like, what's the next thing for Scoon? I mean, I think I seen y'all at the TikTok office or Spotify office. Like, y'all really
we've been moving, bro.
About to push it. So what's the next thing for?
So which one you want me to speak on? Because
all of it. Anyone that you can at this point.
Well, I'll speak on Will last because I feel like that's the most intricate to speak on. But right now, real estate, still doing that quietly. I don't really promote it as much on my IGs because it's oversaturated. I feel like everybody, you go Instagram, everybody taking pictures of houses, and that's their whole page.
Yeah.
And
you have an interesting way of doing it, though. Because I doing a study on you, and just to go back a little bit and I guess stitch it together even more. I like jumping kind of in and out of history. Photography.
Yeah.
And I talked to you about this. I sent the DM to you. I'm like, damn, you actually have like an eye, because I noticed the way that you took pictures of certain shit, or the way that you take pictures of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, no, he actually, like, we know him for business, but he got a eye too. Like, he's very artistic in a way.
Yeah, I remember you said that. I appreciate that. I would never call myself like a super, like, what's that, left brain that they say for creatives? Yeah, like, I feel like I'm definitely in the middle. I definitely have that side to me, but I'm like a big movie buff. And in the sense that I have like favorite directors, like the way they shoot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan, like Quentin Tarantino, the Villanueva dude that did Dunes. You know what I mean? Certain people, like certain movies aesthetically pleasing just to look at. Like, I pay attention to how they how they shoot shit and how they transitions are. Like, that's how I watch movies. Like,
Shit, I ain't know that because I got a whole list I can send you now.
Send them, because I'm talking about, bro. I watch a movie. Like, I've probably seen over 2,000 movies easy. I see a movie every night. Like, that's how I go to sleep. If it's good, I stay up. If it's bad, I go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's I go to sleep watching movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen a million. But yeah, so that's where that comes from. And I feel like the way I curate my Instagram, a lot of people give me a lot of praise for that. But my stories, I try to really, like, literally tell stories. Like, all the way, everything is done, like, strategically. I'm talking about the music choices.
Yeah.
If you hear the music and pay attention to the lyrics, the actual lyrics, I made sure to slide that bar around until I found the right shit that I wanted to say to match with this, to feel, you know what I mean? Because I understand coming together how it all, like, meshes and makes it, like, a, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a whole
journey.
experience.
Yeah, experience.
Yeah.
Like, I look at Instagram as my channel. Like, you know what I mean? When you watch my channel, I want you to really fuck with it.
Yeah. No,
So,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the way that you do business, and to tie it back into the real estate, it's saturated, but I feel like you
got to do it different.
Yeah, like it's just done different.
My thing is, I'm not a realtor in my mind. I'm a business person, bro. That's what I've always been. Right? I've been good at business my whole life, and I want to keep it that. Real estate is a form of business, so therefore I'm good at real estate. Yeah. But I don't want to be a realtor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
sure.
I focus on pushing my brand as success in business. And because of that, people fuck with me with real estate and everything, and then trust me with business things, no matter what it is. And I feel like that's the best brand for me because I know how I move, I elevate. So it's like, I spend all my time focused on branding myself as a realtor when I know I'm not going to be in this space for my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be me for life, so I'm gonna brand me for life. Yeah. Because that's going to transition into whatever I do.
Whatever you're doing,
Yeah, so, but the real estate thing, I do that. I've been focusing. I got a partner, my boy Maury, and we do commercial deals for people, very lucrative. It's less chaotic, less hand and foot waiting on people. That's one thing that kind of drove me away from real estate. It was cool. I was learning. I got free game. Seeing behind the scenes of how these things are done. I made relationships with investors and shit. But deep down, one thing I noticed is no matter how much money you make as a realtor, you still have a ton of bosses because every client is technically your boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I made you my client and you wanted to look for a house, now you can call me at 7 in the morning and say, hey, bro, I want to see these houses today. And I got to get up and start moving like, you know what I mean? So I done moved this whole entrepreneur route to get away from being told how my day is going to be to now, if I'm working with 6, 7 clients, I'm stressed the hell out because I got 6, 7 bosses telling me when they want to see properties. We time sensitive. They rushing me. When can you be free? It's like, damn, I don't have control of my life again. The whole point was to have control of my life. So I kind of strayed away from that, and that's what started like me focusing on commercial and stuff and doing things like without promoting it as much. It's more quality over quantity. And then I started doing Airbnb because I felt like it's still in the real estate vein. I done learned a lot. I'm going to do this, and this way I can make passive income, set up the structure, have cleaners, have people managing my spots. All I got to do is put up the money, move into them, you know what I mean, and get them right,
just
put them up on the link.
Footwork up
Yeah.
front.
And so that's how I got into that. Airbnbs was cool. And I'm just trying to follow your question and like walk it down. Airbnbs was cool. I was making good money for that. But then if you do the research now, it's over 10,000 Airbnb listings in the city of Atlanta alone.
And they just locked down. I think you only have 2 at this point.
Yeah, well, that hasn't been implemented for real yet. It's out there, but out of those 10,000 listings, last time I checked, it was only like hundreds, not even 1,000 yet, of people that signed up for the license thing. So they can't even enforce that rule. Yeah. Because what you gonna do? Shut down 9,700? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like they have to get more people on board with the licensing and get them up to speed before they can even enforce this. Because you can't penalize 90% of the place. Yeah. So and they're working in hand with Airbnb. So it's like the city and Airbnb have to come together.
Make an agreement.
Yeah, to figure this out.
And Airbnb not gonna shoot themselves in the foot.
Exactly. Yeah. They're gonna try to work with the city, but not at their own detriment.
Yeah.
So, but it's the writings on the wall. And then on top of that, like I said, when you got 1 million people promoting courses and stuff, just know the money's disappearing out of the space because that's why they're promoting courses. Because now, since they can't make as much money in the space, we're going to make money off of y'all wanting to be in the space. Yeah. That's how it shifts. Whenever you start seeing people teaching something, that means they're not making as much money there no more. Like, even with the stock people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not saying they not, but when they start these discords and they got 1,000 people signed up for $50 a piece.
Yeah.
Now they playing with y'all money because that's $50,000 a month that they going.
That they can
So now it looks easy when they playing around and because if they lose it, they gonna get it back next month from y'all. So it's like
that makes sense.
Yeah, people forget that part of it, but it's just higher thinking and really understanding the play.
Yeah.
But from there, I just like Airbnb started getting saturated. So many people in the space drives the price down. It's too competitive. I'm now having units that I was doing 200, 225 a night. I'm charging 130, 140 just to stay in the game. But now you booked up all month and you're only making $4,000 some dollars minus the rent, which is $2,600, $2,700 plus cleaning fees. Cheap. It's like, I'm making $900 profit a month, $1,000 off one unit.
Yeah,
that ain't.
And the
that ain't
possibility
what I got into
of your shit being fucked up.
Yeah,
and just having the wrong person in your shit.
So many ways it can get fucked up, and I'm like, the benefit is $1,000, $1,200 a month off each unit, which is still good. You got 10 units, that could be $12,000.
Yeah,
but it's just like it's not what it was. Off 10 units, you could make $20,000 before it.
But that's a lot to manage, though.
It is, but it's all about systems. Yeah. If you got systems in place, you can do anything in scale. That's what it takes.
That's true.
And then other than Airbnb, I was dealing with the stocks heavy.
I know you still dabble in.
Yeah.
Like you still. I mean, that's long play. Anyway,
yeah, it's super long play, and I was super up. And I had to watch it come down. I'm like down a 60 ball. You know what I mean right now? But that's because of like crypto and all that been getting hit.
Yeah.
And we're going to see, man. It's a cycle. I feel like in the next year or two, really 2 years when next election come around, it's like I pay attention to cycles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not going nowhere.
Yeah, everything's cyclical. So it's like, they take major dips, but they bounce back up. So I'm like, 2 years, I'll be back in the green. So I just don't even pay attention to it for real right now.
It's best not to even look at it.
Yeah, I'm so detached. I done did so many business ventures, and you know what I mean. I try to tell people my batting average is pretty solid, but I'm like, bro, on average, I think 25% of the risks I take succeed, and I'm like, that's a decent success rate. People don't understand that, but I'm like, so for every 4 things I do, one of them gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it every time. And I feel like I gain a lot of like friends and people in different spaces. I gain a lot of knowledge and experience, but that's a good little ratio.
Yeah.
1 out of 4.
Just from taking the risk.
Yeah.
Just from taking the risk, you get a lot more, even if it is an L lesson.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you get intangibles and stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of things that you can't really like sum up on paper. But at the end of the day, it's like, I meet other risk takers in the process. So it's like now I have new tribes to brainstorm and think
now you
with.
Can combine everything.
Yeah. And now I got your experience. So you didn't tell me about the 10 things you did that didn't hit.
Yeah.
I can tell you about the 10 things I did that didn't hit. So now we could avoid doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so between that and then finding people that's ahead of you in the game, mentors that's already been where you've been and going where now they at where you trying to go, like that's how you start to foolproof and get that 25% success rate to be a 50 and eventually 75, 80. Shit, who knows? You might be a 100% dude eventually.
Yeah. I mean, all you need to do is 100. Can take you a very long way.
That's what I'm saying. One thing can hit and change everything, bro.
Yeah. That's a fact.
But then so the stocks, the Airbnb stuff, real estate, and then I guess I do a whole bunch of other little stuff. But at the end of the day, we can go to Will. And me and him been friends since like 2015, I believe we met, 2014, 15. Basically I had an idea, the Atlantafornia brand. And just joking, playing around, end up saying some shit about Atlantafornia, basically saying like Atlanta, the new LA type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like we got all these movies here and we was making jokes and I said something about Atlantafornia and I just kept the name, wrote it down in my notes. I was like, I want to do something. I want to do a shirt or something. And somebody connected me with Will. I forgot who it was, but shout out to them. But
that's fire.
You know what I'm saying? Literally, it was like, my man, he do like Will was dabbling with graphics. He's like a computer savvy dude. And we linked. He helped me come up with the shirt. I was like, you want to go business? Just like, let's do it. Fucking,
really do this.
Like, let's do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I liked how he thought. Like, me and him on the same wavelength as far as how we think. And he's like OCD type. Like, got to have everything like structured. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was perfect as a partner. And so I was like, bet. You want to do this? So we became partners on Atlantafornia together, and that's how our friendship started. And then so when I came up with the idea to do a car business, he was like, I want in. So we did car business together. Me, him, and then my other homie, Mike. It was like 3 of us. We started the car business together.
Ain't nothing like finding niggas who want to make money.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Like, and then after that, I mean, he was already rapping and doing stuff. I wasn't really involved. His rap career, he would have hiatuses and shit like that. Like, I actually did the cover for one of his projects, the Doors project, like taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like we was always kind of there, but we didn't think about it. And then, like, officially in like 2018, he was like telling me, like, bro, I really think, you know what I mean? Because he respects my business mind and my acumen. He was like, yo, I really think we could do this together, and you could be like my manager. And so I was like, you know what, bro? If I'm be anybody's manager, if I gotta be around anybody, it's a nigga I'm already around.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. Like, it ain't even like I gotta go on my way to be there.
Yeah.
And I fuck with your music. I fuck with you. Like, let's do it. And so, yeah, bro, ever since then, we locked in. And over the last, like, year and a half, shit been going kind of crazy. We done did our own shows. We done...
the shows have been crazy, bro. Too. I done had homies hit me like...
Yeah, bro, it's
that shit is crazy.
Bro, Will got star quality. He performs his ass off.
I was about to say stage presence is really good.
Yeah, music is good, all that, and then it's like playing basketball, bro. The more shots you put up, the better you get. Like, his music is getting better and better.
Y'all got the clothing, y'all got the merch.
Yeah, everything.
Already on lock.
We did so much shit together. We know how we work together, everything. So, but now we're aligned with some people, some big dogs. In the game, we got to introduce some people, just working and meeting people and getting handed off. The homie, Hollywood Cole, we met him a couple years back, and shit, he was just bubbling up. Like, I think he had some placements at the time, nothing super big, but shit, he just got his first Grammy. Was he Grammy nominated, or did he receive it? I don't even know. It was with Jack Harlow's project.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, he did hella songs on Jack Harlow's project. But he's done shit for Lil Wayne, Drake, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
producer?
Bro. Yeah, Hollywood Cole. He was actually in that video, one of the videos that just went off the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it was in the jumpsuits, like at work or whatever, and they called up, that's him. Wow. That's the producer. But yeah, he did a lot of beats or whatever, and then
connections, man.
Bro, we literally was there on the ground floor, and now he's turning up, Will's turning up, and it's just like everybody doing their thing in their respective lanes. And it's just dope, bro. It's just dope. Yeah. We got to introduce some other people. It's a dude named Al Branch. We was actually with him yesterday at the Metro Boomin event. Yeah, but he's got involved, part of his management situation. And it's just like, bro, so it's a lot of good things.
It's actually baking out. It's actually growing. It's forming.
And then to just shed light on the business aspect of things, we just went out to LA. We was out there for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And
that shit looks so wild.
Yeah, and so we threw the party out there. And
this was last minute, or y'all went out there?
Nah, we went out there with that. Yeah, so we brainstormed an idea.
Mm-hmm.
The party was actually, we thought about it, and I got a background in throwing parties. I know how to do it. So I was like, you know what? Instead of doing concerts in a market that we ain't really tested, because analytics say LA is one of his strongest markets. I actually think it's number one over Atlanta. So
I could see that.
Yeah, so LA is like his strongest market according to Spotify analytics. So he's like, yo, we're going to start taking the top markets on your analytics, let's say to top 5 cities, and we're going to plan ahead to do a concert in each city. But before we do that, we're going to throw a party in each city so we can galvanize and get everybody out. And what we're going to do is this information, this data, bro. It's the reason why Facebook's worth millions.
Yeah,
billions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like data. So what we're going to do is do these parties. We're going to do some fly shit. We're not going to do it at no clubs. We're going to do private house parties, like at fly-ass cribs, and fucking do the RSVP. It's free to everybody. But the RSVP is going to get the information.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Yeah, we had over 400-something RSVPs in L.A. So now we turn around. We're going to do this at each city that's in his top markets. I think it's like San Francisco, Portland, a couple areas, Atlanta, New York. You know what I'm saying? Do these parties in each of these cities. When we touch down, we're going to show love like we did in L.A. We booked DJs, local DJs out there that's popping. We had an ear to the streets. We cool with them now. It's just everybody. Just tap in with their culture. Yeah, tap in with their culture, show love their culture, give money their culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? We hiring y'all bartenders for the event. We hiring security for the event. We hiring DJs for the event. We, you know what I'm saying? We done, like, we fucking with, we nurturing relationships.
Power of social media, because you found the security through just asking. Like,
asking. Yeah, you saw it in real time. Set up this whole junk. But I'm like, so now we fucking with y'all on a different level. We help people make some money. Everything was cool. Everybody enjoyed themselves. We got over 400 RSVPs, and those are the same people we're going to market to when we flip back around and do the shows.
Yeah.
So now, shit, when we do the shows, we might have them like, yo, we're going to do another party in y'all city, but it's going to be an after party for the show.
Yeah.
So y'all going to come out to the show, show love. Y'all already know us. We party, turned y'all shit up last time. Come support the homie. We gonna put some of y'all artists on the show, on the bill.
Yeah.
Show love. You know what I mean? That's what you're supposed to do in everybody's city.
Yeah.
And afterwards, we're gonna party again. Like, and just build.
Yeah.
Bro, but that was the plan. That was the strategy. Yeah. Yeah,
and
bro.
Y'all came up with this shit like
cooking. Just smoking and talking on the balcony, cooking the whole plan up.
Wow.
And as soon as we had the whole plan in motion, it was like, all right, let's do it. We on Instagram, we tapping in with all our homies in LA, like, hey, who the best DJs out there? They sending us pages. All right, cool. Reaching out to the DJs. Who the best this? Who the best that? You know what I'm saying? Like, just tapping in with the culture. Shit, we're going to do one in Paris. I know hella people in Paris.
That'd be hard.
Bro, I'm tapped in Paris. Like,
that'd be hard.
Yeah, imagine that, going to Paris and doing an event like that.
I definitely will have to pull up for some shit like that.
Yo,
that's hard.
You making friends, you making memories all around the world. So this real shit. Like, it's one thing to scale your numbers and your streams on Spotify, but you see what happens, like, certain artists these days can't even sell shows out because they too attracted and addicted to those numbers on these platforms, and they can't pull them in real life. So it's like sometimes it's even better to motherfucking really go out here and touch the people, shake hands, kiss babies, you know what I'm saying, and really get on the ground floor because, shit, fuck all them numbers. I mean, the numbers Will did was great. Like, what, 500-something thousand streams this year?
And only like
just on Spotify.
Well, it wasn't even that many projects.
He only dropped 9 songs. One project and some singles. But I'm like, but fuck all that. That's cool. Yeah. But if we can go places and sell out 150-person, 200-person venues in each city, that's respectable. Yeah. That's monetization. That's something like labels fuck with. Yeah. And more so than because the streams can always come.
Like you can run up streaming just off marketing and inflating numbers and all kinds of stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
You can throw money at
the
that.
Labels can handle the streaming. Yeah. They looking at like, oh, this nigga sell tickets. Yeah. He put bodies in seats.
That's
like,
what get sponsorship deals. That's what get brand deals. That's what get
everything. Even the parties we about to do. That's why we had to do it so structured with the analytics and the RSVPs and like, yo, because you got to make pitch decks for these alcohol companies. Yeah. Nigga, we fronted all that money. Yeah. We took the hit on that. We stayed in LA for 2 weeks in a nice-ass crib. Yeah. We all had our own rental cars where we took some hits on some bread, but that's a one-time hit. This is a pilot episode, nigga. We going to show them this. And then every party after this, on the back end, best believe, motherfucking shout out to whoever. You know what I mean? We in talks with Hennessy. We in talks with Moet. They under the same brand, like umbrella. We in talks with all of them, so we're going to figure out who we going to use for these parties because I damn sure ain't paying for all that shit again. Nah. You know what I'm saying? But
other people money.
Yeah, all the time, OPM.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a good place to end it, man. I appreciate you coming through.
You already know.
Thank you. Episode 6, that's a good question. I'm definitely excited to edit this shit and drop
let me know, man. Let me know.
So, we're going to do it again, though. I want to do this because I want to take this kind of worldwide, to be honest with you. I want to do this shit in Paris, like outside, fucking, just scenery in the background. I want to do this shit in different cities, different states. So even if I got to follow y'all when y'all doing the fucking tour.
Let me know. I'm telling you. I want to take everybody I know to Paris, bro. I love Paris, bro. I love that place.
I got to go. I went to Italy not too long ago.
How'd you like it?
I think I could live there.
For real?
Yeah.
I liked it too. I went a couple of years ago. It was mine was like a little vacation. I was in a relationship at the time. So it was cool. But
that's definitely a place you go for a relationship, but just the people, the culture, the way they dress, the food. Yeah. All of that shit, just the way the streets look, architecturally, just all that shit was fire to me. So.
Yeah. That's how Paris is similar. Like the architecture in all them countries is kind of similar. Yeah. But yeah, bro, it's just a vibe. It's just different. It's a breath of fresh air.
All right, bet. Well, shit, we're gonna take this shit on the road then.
Yes, sir.
All right, we out. That's a good question. Episode 6. Scoon, thank you, man.
Appreciate you for having me.
We're gonna do it again.